Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome. Today's post-burn review is of 3 scents from Goose Creek's initial 2026 Halloween release, and I wanted to start with Graveyard Ghost Tour. Goose Creek did an amazing job with their Halloween labels. I love how each one has a matte finish to the solid colored wraparound label, while the other details like the casket, ghosts, and black twisted trees have a glossy sheen to them. With the Graveyard Ghost Tour label, the ghosts illuminate nicely while the candle is lit. Graveyard Ghost Tour has scent notes of crisp leaves, tombstone moss, midnight rain, dark patchouli, and smoky vetiver. Now to me, this candle and Here Lies Beetlejuice, also known as Twilight Graveyard, are very similar fragrances. They both share that fresh, earthy moss scent, similar to being in a forest. Both the patchouli and vetiver notes listed in this candle don't really stand out to me, and it didn't in the Here Lies Beetlejuice or Twilight Graveyard candle, but they also weren't listed scent notes in either of those candles. I also don't pick up on a fresh, crisp leaf note, but I feel like if you enjoy earthy moss fragrances and either Here Lies Beetlejuice or Twilight Graveyard were your faves, then I recommend purchasing Graveyard Ghost Tour. If my memory serves me right, Courtyard Curse from the Scooby-Doo Halloween collab had more of an earthy soil petrichor scent to it with leather and patchouli. And Graveyard Whispers shared similar notes of green grass, graveyard soil, and wet moss, but I also feel like that one had more of a fresh green grassiness with a fresh earthy soil. And for me, the fresh moss is the star of the show in this candle. I don't get soil or petrichor within this scent, but I do love the atmospheric scent profile of this candle. When I pull out my backup of Twilight Graveyard, I'll see if the two differ from one another, but I love the way Goose Creek does their moss note, so this candle is an automatic love for me. This candle takes a while to completely pull out, I would say a little over an hour, but it doesn't affect the strength and throw of the candle. Due to the slower pull out and mid-size rope-like wicks, this isn't a fast or hot burning candle that produces a ton of soot. The wax pool is still nice and clean with no wax discoloration. For me, this candle performs in the strong medium range in my bedroom, so the scent is noticeable and fills my entire bedroom space without me going easily nose blind to it, nor is it too strong and overpowering to where it becomes headache inducing. Since I already have Twilight Graveyard, which I feel is very similar to this candle, I don't need a backup. However, I do feel it's repurchase worthy. I absolutely love the fragrance, and while it's great on its own, I also feel it will make a good blending scent as well. If you enjoy fresh green scents like I do, then I highly recommend this candle. Next up, we have Tombstone Pumpkin with scent notes of graveyard pumpkin, clove bud, petrified patchouli, and twilight musk. On cold, this candle was heavy on the spice to my nose, and it reminded me of the Demogorgon from Bath & Body Works Stranger Things collab because I didn't get the floral note in that candle at all. And the Demogorgon also reminded me of spiced cardamom from Bath & Body Works. However, once lit, I do pick up on the patchouli note. I don't necessarily pick up on a gourdy pumpkin gut scent, but I do feel like I get the spices of the pumpkin aside from the clove. For example, I feel like I get a bit of a sweet cinnamon along with the clove note. I don't get a musky scent from this candle. I mainly get pumpkin spices and a nice balance of patchouli that doesn't lean too earthy or sharp. The fragrance definitely has a cool October Halloween night vibe to it, and I find the scent to be very enjoyable. And I also love this wraparound label. So if you don't mind spice or patchouli, then I recommend picking this one up. So far, I haven't had any performance issues with this candle. It pulls out nice and evenly in a good time frame. There's no excessive soot coming from the wicks, and the wax pool is still nice and clean. In a large open space, this candle falls into the high range and is very noticeable without being too overpowering. It completely fills my open concept and travels to the second level of my home. If you like fragrances like Spice Pumpkin and Patchouli, aka Farmhouse Pumpkin and Spice, although I feel that one has more of a patchouli presence to it, or if you enjoy spicy scents for fall or Halloween, then you'll more than likely enjoy this candle. I wouldn't mind repurchasing another one, but I know I'm going to stash the remainder of this candle away until October. And with all the other spice candles I have, I don't really feel the need to repurchase it, but I do feel it's a great scent and I highly recommend it. Lastly, we have Haunted Theater with scent notes of buttery movie popcorn, sea salt, and creamy caramel drizzle. On cold, this smelled like a sweet caramel coffee scent, almost similar to Bath & Body Works Caramel Frappuccino. And while I love drinking caramel frappuccinos and I do enjoy it in home fragrance, I was expecting this to smell like a sweet and savory popcorn scent. Once lit though, this transitioned from a sweetened caramel coffee scent to a slightly scorched, salty, buttery caramel popcorn fragrance. And while I don't typically enjoy burnt or scorched notes coming from my candles, the fact that this isn't cloying or overly strong, I can tolerate the scent. It's not something I feel the need to repurchase, and I may end up crocking or warming it to see if that scorch note goes away. But if you don't mind that slightly burnt smell, which I know some people like that, then you may find this candle enjoyable. This candle comes with thinner rope-like wicks, and mine are smack dab in the middle, so it takes a little while to fully pull out to the edges. But other than that, the burn is good. The flames don't really start to get tall until around the 3 hour mark, in which at that point it's time to extinguish, and the wax pool is still nice and clean. In a large open space, this candle performs in the soft medium range. The scent fills the room it is placed in and is noticeable. It's not so light to where it fades into the background, nor is it a powerhouse. This candle was fun to try out because the only other popcorn scented candle I have is Kringle's Scary Movie Night from last year's Boo Crew release, which I enjoy, but it's not my go-to for scent preference. I do love the label, and I'm curious to know what you think of these 3 fragrances if you purchase them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.